Emotional Agility: Navigating Life's Ups and Downs. Written and published by MSC Boost. Chapter 1. Embracing Emotional Fluidity. Emotional fluidity is the ability to navigate through our feelings with grace, understanding that emotions are not fixed points, but a dynamic spectrum of experiences that enrich our lives. This chapter delves into the significance of embracing our emotional landscape as it is, without forcing it into neat categories or wishing some parts of it away. It's about recognizing that every emotion, from joy to sorrow, has its place and purpose, teaching us valuable lessons about ourselves and how we interact with the world. The first step towards embracing emotional fluidity is acknowledging that emotions are natural responses to our thoughts, experiences, and interactions. They are indicators of what matters to us, signaling our values, fears, hopes, and dreams. By paying attention to these signals, we can gain insights into our deepest desires and the areas in our lives that need nurturing or change. However, understanding our emotions is only part of the process. Many of us have been conditioned to judge our feelings, categorizing them as good or bad, appropriate or inappropriate. This judgment can lead to suppression or denial of certain emotions, especially those considered negative, such as anger, sadness, or fear. But denying these emotions does not make them disappear. It only pushes them below the surface, where they can simmer and eventually manifest in unexpected ways, often causing more distress. To truly embrace emotional fluidity, we must learn to sit with our emotions, experiencing them fully without immediate reaction or judgment. This approach requires patience and practice, as it goes against many ingrained habits of mind. Mindfulness techniques can be incredibly useful here, teaching us to observe our feelings with curiosity and openness. By doing so, we can learn to navigate our emotional landscape with more ease, understanding that emotions ebb and flow like the tides, influenced by a myriad of factors both within and outside our control. Another crucial aspect of emotional fluidity is self-compassion. Being gentle with ourselves when we experience intense emotions, rather than berating ourselves for feeling a certain way, fosters a nurturing environment where emotional growth can flourish. It allows us to move through emotions with grace, learning from each experience without getting stuck in self-criticism or regret. Communication plays a vital role in emotional fluidity as well. Sharing our feelings with trusted others can help validate our experiences and provide perspective that we might not have considered. It can also deepen our connections with others, as sharing vulnerabilities fosters intimacy and understanding. However, it's essential to choose wisely whom to share with, ensuring that the space is safe and supportive. As we become more adept at navigating our emotions, we might find that our relationships with ourselves and others begin to change. Embracing emotional fluidity allows us to respond to life's challenges with a more balanced perspective, reducing the intensity of emotional highs and lows, and enabling us to make decisions from a place of calm and clarity. This doesn't mean that we won't experience strong emotions or that we should strive for a state of constant emotional equilibrium. On the contrary, the goal of emotional fluidity is to engage fully with the range of human emotions, understanding that each has its time and place. It's about allowing ourselves to feel deeply, whether it's the pain of loss or the joy of love, and knowing that these experiences shape us, teaching us about our strengths, vulnerabilities, and capacity for change. Embracing emotional fluidity also means recognizing that we are always evolving. Our emotional responses today may not be the same as those we have tomorrow, next month, or next year. This evolution is a natural part of being human, reflecting our growth, learning, and adaptation to new circumstances and insights. Ultimately, emotional fluidity offers a path to a more fulfilling and balanced life. It encourages us to live authentically, embracing the full spectrum of our emotional experience without fear or reservation. By doing so, we open ourselves up to a deeper understanding of who we are and how we relate to the world around us. In embracing our emotions as they are, we discover that they are not obstacles to be overcome, but essential components of our being that, when understood and integrated, lead to a richer, more nuanced experience of life. So let us step forward with courage and curiosity, ready to explore the ever-changing landscape of our emotions with an open heart and a willingness to learn from whatever we find. Chapter 2. Mindfulness and Emotional Awareness. Mindfulness and emotional awareness are essential tools for navigating the complexities of our inner world with grace and insight. This chapter explores how the practice of mindfulness can deepen our understanding of our emotions, enhancing our ability to respond to life's challenges with flexibility and resilience. Mindfulness, at its essence, is the practice of paying attention to the present moment with an attitude of openness, curiosity, and non-judgment. It involves observing our thoughts, feelings, and bodily sensations as they arise, without trying to change or resist them. This simple yet profound practice can transform our relationship with our emotions, allowing us to experience them more fully and without the overlay of judgment or narrative that often accompanies emotional experiences. One of the first steps toward developing emotional awareness through mindfulness is learning to recognize the physical sensations that accompany emotions. Each emotion manifests in the body in a unique way. For example, anxiety might be felt as a tightness in the chest, while joy might produce a sense of lightness or expansiveness. By tuning into these bodily sensations, we can become more adept at identifying our emotions as they arise, before they have a chance to escalate or influence our behavior unconsciously. Another key aspect of mindfulness is learning to observe our thoughts. Often, our emotions are fueled by the stories we tell ourselves about our experiences. By becoming aware of these thought patterns, we can start to see how they influence our emotional states and begin to question their accuracy or helpfulness. This doesn't mean we should strive to eliminate certain thoughts or emotions, but rather to understand their transient nature and not get caught up in them. Practicing mindfulness also means embracing the principle of non-judgment. Many of us have been taught to label our emotions as good or bad, leading us to accept certain feelings while rejecting others. However, this judgment can create internal conflict and emotional suppression. Mindfulness encourages us to view all emotions as neutral experiences that come and go. This non-judgmental stance fosters a more accepting and compassionate relationship with ourselves, where all emotions are allowed space to exist without the need for them to be different. Incorporating mindfulness into daily life can be as simple as dedicating a few minutes each day to sitting quietly and observing the breath, or it can involve more formal practices like guided meditations or mindfulness-based stress reduction courses. The key is consistency and the willingness to approach the practice with an open heart and mind. Mindfulness also enhances emotional regulation, the ability to manage and respond to our emotions in a healthy way. By increasing our awareness of emotional triggers and our habitual reactions to those triggers, we can choose more constructive responses. This doesn't mean suppressing our emotions, but rather acknowledging them and deciding how best to act in alignment with our values and goals. Moreover, mindfulness fosters empathy and connection with others. By becoming more attuned to our own emotional experiences, we naturally develop a deeper understanding and compassion for the emotions of those around us. This can lead to more meaningful and supportive relationships, both personally and professionally. As we deepen our practice of mindfulness and emotional awareness, we may notice a shift in our overall well-being. Studies have shown that mindfulness can reduce stress, anxiety, and depression, while enhancing feelings of peace, contentment, and well-being. These benefits are not only felt on an individual level, but can ripple out, positively affecting our interactions and relationships with others. Mindfulness and emotional awareness are not quick fixes, but lifelong practices that can profoundly impact our quality of life. They require patience, commitment, and the courage to face ourselves with honesty and compassion. As we cultivate these qualities, we open ourselves to a richer, more nuanced understanding of our emotional landscape and the myriad ways it informs and enriches our lives. By embracing mindfulness and emotional awareness, we equip ourselves with the tools to navigate the ups and downs of life with a sense of balance and equanimity. We learn to meet each moment and each emotion with a curious and open heart, ready to embrace the full spectrum of our human experience. Chapter 3. The art of self-compassion. In a world where we often measure ourselves against unrealistic standards, the art of self-compassion becomes a beacon of light, guiding us toward inner peace and resilience. Self-compassion is the practice of treating ourselves with the same kindness, concern, and support we would offer a good friend when faced with difficult times. This chapter delves into why self-compassion is crucial for emotional agility and how we can cultivate it in our lives. Self-compassion involves three key components: mindfulness, common humanity, and self-kindness. Mindfulness allows us to recognize our suffering without over-identifying with our emotions. Common humanity reminds us that suffering and personal inadequacy are part of the shared human experience, something that we all go through rather than something that happens to us alone. Self-kindness, then, encourages us to be gentle and understanding with ourselves, rather than harshly critical or judgmental. One of the first steps in practicing self-compassion is to become aware of our critical inner voice. This is the voice that tells us we're not good enough, that we should have done better, or that we don't deserve happiness. Recognizing this voice is crucial because it's often a major source of our emotional distress. Once we're aware of it, we can actively counter it with a more compassionate inner dialogue. For example, when we make a mistake or face a setback, instead of berating ourselves with thoughts like, "I'm such a failure," we can respond with kindness and understanding. "This is really hard right now. Everyone makes mistakes, and it's okay. What can I learn from this?" This shift in self-talk can make a significant difference in how we feel and respond to challenges. Another practice for cultivating self-compassion is to write a letter to yourself from the perspective of a compassionate friend. This exercise encourages you to express understanding, encouragement, and kindness towards yourself, especially regarding aspects of yourself or your life that you feel most ashamed or insecure about. It can be a powerful way to shift your perspective and start treating yourself with more compassion. Self-compassion also means allowing ourselves to be imperfect. In a culture obsessed with perfectionism, acknowledging our imperfections can be incredibly freeing. It's about recognizing that imperfection is not only normal, but also part of what makes us human. This acceptance can lead to a more authentic and fulfilling life, where we're not constantly striving for an unattainable ideal, but rather embracing ourselves as we are. Self-compassion is not a sign of weakness, but a source of strength. It provides us with the emotional resilience to face life's challenges. When we're compassionate with ourselves, we're more likely to bounce back from setbacks and continue pursuing our goals. Self-compassion fosters a sense of safety and trust within ourselves, giving us the courage to take risks and embrace change. Cultivating self-compassion can also enhance our relationships with others. When we treat ourselves kindly, we're less likely to project our insecurities and judgments onto others. We become more understanding and empathetic, qualities that deepen our connections and enrich our interactions with those around us. Practicing self-compassion may not always be easy, especially if we're used to being hard on ourselves. It requires patience and persistence. However, the benefits of developing a more compassionate relationship with ourselves are profound. Not only does it improve our emotional well-being, but it also opens the door to a more compassionate world. As we move forward, let us remember that self-compassion is not about self-indulgence or avoiding responsibility. It's about acknowledging our humanity, our feelings, failures, and imperfections with kindness and understanding. By cultivating self-compassion, we empower ourselves to navigate life's ups and downs with grace, courage, and an open heart. In embracing self-compassion, we discover that we are not alone in our struggles. We learn to hold ourselves in a warm embrace of understanding and kindness, paving the way for a life marked by emotional richness and genuine happiness. Let us commit to being our own best friend, offering ourselves the love and compassion we so readily give to others. Chapter 4. Navigating stress with grace. Stress is an inevitable part of life, a response to demands and pressures from the world around us. Yet, how we navigate through these stressors can profoundly impact our well-being and quality of life. This chapter explores strategies to manage stress with grace. enabling us to face challenges with resilience and maintain our equilibrium. Understanding stress is the first step toward managing it effectively. Stress triggers our body's fight or flight response, preparing us to act against potential threats. While this response can be life-saving in emergencies, constant activation due to everyday stressors can wear us down, affecting our health, mood, and overall happiness. Recognizing the signs of stress in our bodies and minds enables us to take proactive steps to mitigate its impact. Mindfulness practices play a crucial role in managing stress. By fostering an awareness of the present moment, mindfulness helps us recognize our stress triggers and the habitual ways we respond to them. This awareness creates space for choice, allowing us to respond rather than react to stressors. Simple mindfulness exercises, such as focused breathing or mindful walking, can calm the mind and body, reducing stress levels and enhancing our sense of peace. Another effective strategy is to establish boundaries. In today's fast-paced world, the lines between work and personal life can blur, leading to burnout. Setting clear boundaries around work hours, technology use, and personal time can help manage stress by ensuring we have space to recharge and focus on activities that bring us joy and relaxation. Physical activity is another powerful tool for navigating stress with grace. Exercise releases endorphins, natural mood lifters that can reduce stress and improve mental health. It doesn't require intense workouts. Even regular, moderate activities like walking or yoga can have significant benefits. Finding an activity you enjoy and incorporating it into your daily routine can make a substantial difference in your ability to manage stress. Nutrition also plays a role in how we handle stress. Eating a balanced diet rich in whole foods can provide the energy and nutrients our bodies need to cope with stress effectively. On the other hand, relying on comfort foods high in sugar and fat can exacerbate stress over time. Being mindful of our eating habits and making nourishing choices can support our body's stress response. Sleep is essential for managing stress. Lack of sleep can amplify the effects of stress, while a good night's rest can enhance our resilience. Establishing a calming bedtime routine, limiting screen time before bed, and creating a comfortable sleep environment can improve sleep quality and help us navigate stress more effectively. Building a support network is vital. Sharing our stresses and concerns with trusted friends or family members can provide relief and perspective. Sometimes just knowing we're not alone can reduce the burden of stress. Support groups or professional help from a therapist can also offer strategies and coping mechanisms. Practicing gratitude is another powerful way to manage stress. By focusing on what we're thankful for, we shift our perspective from what's causing stress to what brings us happiness and fulfillment. Keeping a gratitude journal or simply reflecting on positive aspects of our day can cultivate a sense of well-being and reduce stress. Learning to say no is a crucial skill in navigating stress with grace. Overcommitting ourselves can lead to overwhelm and burnout. By prioritizing our commitments and learning to decline requests that don't align with our values or current capacity, we can manage our stress levels more effectively. Navigating stress with grace is about recognizing our limits, taking care of ourselves, and finding balance in our lives. It involves understanding that while we may not control all the external factors that cause stress, we can control our responses to them. By adopting these strategies, we empower ourselves to face life's challenges with resilience and maintain our inner peace. As we integrate these practices into our lives, we'll find that not only do we manage stress more effectively, but we also enhance our overall well-being, opening the door to a more fulfilling and balanced life. Chapter 5. Transforming negative thought patterns. Negative thought patterns can be like unwelcome guests in our minds, lingering longer than we'd like and often arriving without invitation. These patterns, whether they manifest as self-doubt, pessimism, or harsh self-criticism, can significantly impact our emotional well-being and how we navigate life's challenges. However, with awareness and practice, it is possible to transform these patterns into more positive, supportive ways of thinking. This chapter explores practical strategies for recognizing, challenging, and changing negative thought patterns to foster a more positive outlook on life. The first step in transforming negative thought patterns is to become aware of them. This may sound simple, but our thoughts can be so automatic that we don't always recognize their impact. Mindfulness can be a valuable tool here, helping us observe our thoughts without getting caught up in them. By paying attention to our inner dialogue, we can start to identify recurring negative patterns, such as all or nothing thinking, overgeneralization, or catastrophizing. Once we've identified these patterns, the next step is to challenge them. This involves questioning the validity of our negative thoughts and considering alternative, more balanced perspectives. For example, if you catch yourself thinking, "I always mess things up," ask yourself, "Is it really always? Haven't there been times when I've succeeded?" This process of questioning can help loosen the grip of negative thought patterns by introducing doubt about their accuracy. Another powerful strategy is to reframe negative thoughts into more positive or neutral statements. Reframing doesn't mean ignoring reality or pretending problems don't exist. Instead, it's about looking at situations from a different, more constructive perspective. For instance, instead of thinking, "I'll never be able to do this," you might reframe it as, "This is a challenge, but I can work through it step by step." Practicing self-compassion is also essential in transforming negative thought patterns. Often, we're our own harshest critics, and we may say things to ourselves that we'd never say to a friend. By treating ourselves with the same kindness and understanding we'd offer someone we care about, we can soften the impact of negative thoughts and replace them with more compassionate, supportive messages. Developing a positive affirmation practice can also be beneficial. Positive affirmations are encouraging statements that we can repeat to ourselves to cultivate a positive mindset. These affirmations should be in the present tense, positive and specific, such as, "I am capable of overcoming challenges," or "I am worthy of love and respect." Repeating these affirmations, especially during moments of self-doubt or negativity, can help shift our focus from what we fear to what we aspire to be. In addition to these mental strategies, physical activities such as exercise, deep breathing, or yoga can support the process of transforming negative thought patterns. Physical activity releases endorphins, which can improve mood and reduce stress, making it easier to adopt a more positive outlook. Building a support network is another crucial element. Surrounding ourselves with positive, supportive people can help reinforce our efforts to change negative thought patterns. Sharing our experiences and strategies with others can also provide new insights and encouragement, reminding us that we're not alone in our struggles. Patience and persistence are key. Changing deeply ingrained thought patterns takes time and consistent effort. There may be setbacks along the way, but each step forward is a victory worth celebrating. By committing to this process, we can gradually transform our negative thought patterns into a more positive, empowering mindset. Transforming negative thought patterns is not just about improving our mood or outlook. It's about fundamentally changing how we relate to ourselves and the world around us. It's a profound shift that can enhance our resilience, open up new possibilities, and lead to a more fulfilling and joyful life. As we continue to practice these strategies, we'll find that the once dominant negative thoughts lose their power, replaced by a more balanced, compassionate, and optimistic way of thinking. This transformation is a testament to our ability to grow and change, no matter where we are in life. Chapter 6. Building Emotional Resilience. Emotional resilience is the ability to bounce back from adversity, adapt to change, and keep going in the face of challenges. It's not about avoiding distress or sidestepping difficulties, but rather developing the strength to meet them head-on and emerge stronger. This chapter offers practical guidance on how to build and nurture emotional resilience, equipping you with the tools needed to navigate life's inevitable ups and downs. One foundational aspect of building emotional resilience is fostering a positive mindset. This doesn't mean ignoring problems or pretending everything is fine when it isn't. Instead, it's about maintaining a hopeful outlook, focusing on solutions rather than dwelling on problems, and recognizing that setbacks are temporary and often lead to growth. Cultivating optimism can significantly impact how you face challenges, making it easier to find silver linings and bounce back more quickly. Another crucial element is the practice of mindfulness and self-awareness. By becoming more aware of your thoughts, emotions, and bodily sensations, you can gain insights into how you react to stress and adversity. Mindfulness helps you stay grounded in the present moment, reducing the tendency to ruminate on past troubles or worry excessively about the future. Techniques such as meditation, deep breathing, and yoga can enhance mindfulness, promoting a calm and focused state of mind that bolsters resilience. Strong social connections are also vital for emotional resilience. Relationships with friends, family, and community provide support, understanding, and a sense of belonging. Don't hesitate to reach out for help or offer support to others. Sharing experiences and coping strategies can strengthen your resilience and that of your social network. Engaging in group activities, volunteering, or simply spending quality time with loved ones can reinforce these connections, offering mutual benefits. Self-care is another key component of emotional resilience. Taking care of your physical health through regular exercise, proper nutrition, and adequate sleep can enhance your psychological well-being and stress tolerance. Self-care also includes engaging in hobbies and activities that bring you joy and relaxation, providing a necessary counterbalance to life's stresses. Setting realistic goals and taking steps towards achieving them can also build resilience. Accomplishing tasks, even small ones, boosts confidence and provides a sense of progress and control. Break larger goals into manageable steps and celebrate your achievements along the way. This proactive approach can empower you to tackle challenges more effectively and maintain motivation during difficult times. Learning to adapt to change is essential for building emotional resilience. Life is unpredictable, and the ability to adjust your strategies and expectations in response to changing circumstances is a hallmark of resilience. Stay open to new experiences and perspectives, and be willing to modify your goals as needed. Flexibility and adaptability are strengths that enable you to navigate life's transitions more smoothly. Developing problem-solving skills is crucial for emotional resilience. When faced with a challenge, resilient individuals assess the situation, identify possible solutions, and take decisive action. Improving your problem-solving skills through practice and reflection can enhance your ability to cope with adversity and reduce feelings of helplessness. Building emotional resilience is a dynamic process that evolves over time. It requires patience, effort, and a commitment to personal growth. By incorporating these strategies into your daily life, you can cultivate a robust foundation of resilience that supports your well-being and enables you to face life's challenges with confidence and grace. Remember, resilience doesn't mean going through life without experiencing stress or hardship. It's about developing the inner resources to recover from setbacks, adapt to change, and keep moving forward. With each challenge you overcome, your resilience grows, fostering a sense of strength and empowerment that enriches your life in profound ways. Chapter 7. Effective communication for emotional health. Effective communication is a cornerstone of emotional health, serving as a bridge between our inner world and the outside world. It allows us to express our needs, feelings, and thoughts in a way that is clear, respectful, and understood by others. This chapter delves into the art and science of effective communication, highlighting strategies that enhance our relationships, reduce misunderstandings, and support our emotional well-being. At the heart of effective communication lies the practice of active listening. Active listening involves fully concentrating on what is being said, rather than passively hearing the message of the speaker. It requires us to listen with all our senses, giving our undivided attention to the speaker, and acknowledging their message without immediately formulating a response or judgment. By doing so, we foster deeper connections, understanding, and empathy with those around us. Expressing ourselves clearly and assertively is another key aspect of effective communication. Assertiveness allows us to convey our thoughts and feelings confidently and directly, without being aggressive or passive. It involves using I statements such as I feel or I need, which focus on our experiences without blaming or criticizing others. This approach minimizes defensiveness in others and opens the door to more constructive and respectful conversations. Emotional intelligence plays a significant role in effective communication. It encompasses our ability to recognize, understand, and manage our own emotions, as well as to recognize and respond appropriately to the emotions of others. Developing emotional intelligence enhances our communication by enabling us to choose words and actions that are in tune with our feelings and the emotional context of the situation. This sensitivity can prevent misunderstandings and conflict, promoting harmony and understanding. Conflict resolution skills are integral to effective communication, especially in emotionally charged situations. Rather than avoiding conflict, embracing it as an opportunity for growth can lead to stronger relationships. Effective conflict resolution involves identifying the underlying needs and concerns of all parties, seeking common ground, and working collaboratively towards a mutually satisfying solution. It requires patience, openness, and a willingness to compromise. Another important aspect of effective communication for emotional health is setting and respecting boundaries. Clear boundaries help protect our well-being by defining what we are comfortable with and how we expect to be treated by others. Communicating our boundaries respectfully and assertively ensures that our needs are understood and honored, reducing the potential for resentment and misunderstanding. Practicing empathy is essential for effective communication. Empathy involves putting ourselves in someone else's shoes and attempting to understand their perspective and feelings. It deepens our connections and demonstrates our care and respect for others' experiences. When we communicate with empathy, we validate the other person's feelings, which can diffuse tension and foster a supportive environment for open dialogue. Nonverbal communication such as body language, eye contact, and tone of voice plays a crucial role in how our messages are received. Being mindful of our nonverbal cues and ensuring they align with our words can enhance the clarity and authenticity of our communication. Positive nonverbal communication, such as nodding or smiling, can reinforce our verbal messages and convey warmth and openness. Effective communication is a skill that can be developed and refined over time. It requires practice, self-awareness, and a commitment to growth. By honing our communication skills, we can improve our relationships, navigate life's challenges more effectively, and support our emotional health. As we integrate these principles into our daily interactions, we not only enhance our own emotional well-being, but also contribute to the emotional health of those around us. Through effective communication, we create a foundation for more meaningful, supportive, and fulfilling relationships. Chapter 8. The balance of emotional and rational thinking. Achieving a balance between emotional and rational thinking is like walking a tightrope, requiring skill, focus, and practice. This equilibrium enables us to navigate life's challenges with wisdom, making decisions that honor both our feelings and our logical analysis. This chapter explores how to cultivate this balance, enhancing our ability to live a more fulfilling and harmonious life. Emotions and logic are often seen as opposing forces, with emotions viewed as obstacles to clear thinking and decision-making. However, emotions provide valuable information about our values, needs, and preferences, guiding us toward what matters most. Rational thinking, on the other hand, offers a framework for analyzing information, weighing options, and foreseeing consequences. Together, they form a powerful duo that enriches our understanding and decision-making processes. The first step in balancing emotional and rational thinking is to recognize the value of both. Emotions, far from being irrational nuisances, are integral to our psychological makeup, signaling our deepest needs and desires. Rational thinking, with its emphasis on objectivity and analysis, helps us navigate the practical aspects of life. Respecting both aspects of our mind means acknowledging that each has its place and time, and learning to discern when to lean more heavily on one or the other. Cultivating self-awareness is crucial in achieving this balance. It involves tuning into our emotions to understand what we're feeling and why. This awareness allows us to pause and consider whether our emotional reactions fit the situation, or if they're influenced by past experiences or unresolved issues. With this clarity, we can then engage our rational mind to assess the situation more objectively and decide on the best course of action. Mindfulness practices are invaluable tools for enhancing self-awareness. Techniques such as meditation, deep breathing, and mindful observation help us become more attuned to our emotional states and thought patterns. By practicing mindfulness, we can create a space between stimulus and response, giving us the opportunity to choose how we react to various situations. Developing emotional regulation skills is another key aspect of balancing emotional and rational thinking. Emotional regulation involves managing our emotional responses so they match the demands of the situation. It doesn't mean suppressing our emotions, but rather understanding and expressing them in healthy and constructive ways. Techniques for emotional regulation include reframing negative thoughts, practicing relaxation methods, and finding healthy outlets for expressing emotions, such as talking with a trusted friend or engaging in creative activities. Effective communication also plays a vital role in this balance. It involves expressing our emotions in a way that is clear and understandable, while also being open to logical discussion and feedback. This dual approach fosters better relationships and decision-making, as it allows for a more comprehensive understanding of situations, incorporating both the emotional context and the facts at hand. Decision-making strategies that balance emotional and rational thinking can lead to more satisfying outcomes. This involves identifying our emotional response to a decision, analyzing the possible options and outcomes with our rational mind, and then checking back in with our emotions to ensure our decision aligns with our values and goals. This iterative process ensures that both our emotional instincts and rational analysis are considered, leading to more holistic and well-rounded decisions. Finally, cultivating flexibility and openness to change is essential. Life is unpredictable, and the ability to adapt our thinking styles to different situations is a hallmark of emotional and rational balance. By remaining open to new information and perspectives, we can adjust our thinking and responses as needed, leading to more effective problem solving and greater resilience. Balancing emotional and rational thinking is a dynamic and ongoing process. It requires practice, patience, and a commitment to personal growth. By valuing both our emotional insights and rational analyses, we can navigate the complexities of life with greater wisdom, compassion, and effectiveness. As we strive for this balance, we discover a more integrated and authentic way of being, one that honors our complexity as human beings and enriches our experience of the world. Chapter 9. Letting go of emotional baggage. Carrying emotional baggage through life can weigh us down, making it difficult to move forward and embrace new experiences with an open heart. This chapter explores the process of identifying, understanding, and ultimately releasing the emotional burdens that hold us back, enabling us to live more freely and fully. Emotional baggage often consists of unresolved feelings, past hurts, and negative beliefs about ourselves and others. It can stem from a variety of sources, including childhood experiences, relationships, traumas, and failures. While it's natural to carry some remnants of the past, clinging too tightly to these experiences can hinder our emotional growth and well-being. The first step in letting go of emotional baggage is acknowledgement. This involves recognizing the existence of these burdens and their impact on our lives. It requires honesty and courage to face the pain and discomfort they may bring. Acknowledgement is not about placing blame or dwelling on the past, but simply admitting to ourselves that these emotional weights exist. Understanding the origins and reasons for our emotional baggage is the next step. This can be a complex process, as it often involves delving into painful memories and emotions. Reflecting on the circumstances that contributed to these burdens can provide insights into why we hold on to them and how they affect our current behavior and relationships. Journaling, meditation, and therapy are useful tools for exploring and making sense of our emotional landscapes. Forgiveness is a powerful tool for letting go of emotional baggage. This includes forgiving others who have hurt us and forgiving ourselves for our mistakes and perceived shortcomings. Forgiveness does not mean condoning hurtful behavior or forgetting what happened. Instead, it's about releasing the hold that past pain has on us, freeing ourselves from the cycle of resentment and bitterness. Creating new narratives about our past experiences is another effective strategy. Our emotional baggage is often tied to the stories we tell ourselves about who we are and what we've been through. By reevaluating these stories and focusing on our strengths, resilience, and the lessons learned, we can shift our perspective and begin to see our past in a new light. Setting boundaries is crucial for protecting our emotional well-being and preventing the accumulation of new emotional baggage. This involves learning to say no, expressing our needs and limits clearly, and distancing ourselves from toxic influences. Healthy boundaries enable us to interact with others in a way that respects our self-worth and emotional needs. Practicing self-compassion and self-care are essential components of releasing emotional baggage. Treating ourselves with kindness, understanding, and patience helps heal old wounds and nurtures our emotional health. Self-care practices such as exercise, rest, engaging in hobbies, and connecting with loved ones can rejuvenate our spirits and support our journey toward emotional freedom. Embracing the present and looking forward to the future can help us let go of the past. While our experiences shape us, they do not define us. Focusing on the here and now, setting new goals, and pursuing what brings us joy and fulfillment can shift our energy away from past burdens and toward creating a life that reflects our true selves. Letting go of emotional baggage is not a one-time event, but a gradual process that requires patience, perseverance, and self-compassion. It's about making peace with our past, embracing our imperfections, and allowing ourselves to move forward with less weight on our shoulders. As we learn to release these burdens, we open up space for new experiences, relationships, and opportunities. We become more resilient, more open-hearted, and more attuned to the possibilities that life offers. By shedding the weight of our emotional baggage, we can step more fully into the present and embrace the future with optimism and grace. Chapter 10. Creating Joy and Fulfillment. Creating joy and fulfillment in our lives is a deeply personal and ongoing process. It involves understanding what truly matters to us, engaging with our passions, and cultivating positive relationships and experiences. This chapter provides strategies to help you discover and nurture joy and fulfillment, transforming everyday moments into sources of happiness and meaning. Understanding what brings us joy is the first step toward a more fulfilled life. This requires introspection and honesty about our desires, interests, and values. It might involve revisiting forgotten hobbies, exploring new activities, or dedicating time to causes that inspire us. By aligning our actions with our personal values and passions, we set the foundation for genuine joy and satisfaction. Gratitude plays a pivotal role in experiencing joy and fulfillment. Regularly practicing gratitude shifts our focus from what we lack to the abundance that already exists in our lives. Keeping a gratitude journal, reflecting on positive experiences at the end of each day, or simply expressing thanks to the people around us can enhance our appreciation for life's blessings, big and small. Connecting with others is essential for joy and fulfillment. Humans are social beings, and meaningful relationships contribute significantly to our happiness. Investing time and energy in building and nurturing relationships with family, friends, and community creates a support network that enhances our sense of belonging and joy. Acts of kindness and compassion towards others not only strengthen our connections, but also elevate our own sense of well-being. Setting and pursuing goals that resonate with our aspirations and values is another path to fulfillment. Goals give us direction and a sense of purpose, driving us forward with intention. When setting goals, ensure they are realistic, measurable, and aligned with what truly matters to you. The satisfaction of achieving these goals brings a profound sense of accomplishment and joy. Maintaining a healthy balance between work and personal life is crucial for joy and fulfillment. Overcommitting to professional obligations can deplete our energy and leave little time for activities that bring us happiness. Striving for a balance that respects our need for rest, leisure, and personal growth is vital for sustaining long-term fulfillment. Embracing change and cultivating resilience enhances our capacity for joy and fulfillment. Life is unpredictable, and our ability to adapt to new circumstances with optimism and flexibility allows us to find happiness even in the face of challenges. Viewing change as an opportunity for growth and learning can transform potentially stressful transitions into sources of strength and joy. Self-care is a non-negotiable aspect of creating joy and fulfillment. Nurturing our physical, emotional, and mental health through regular exercise, healthy eating, sufficient rest, and mindfulness practices supports our overall well-being, enabling us to engage with life more fully and joyfully. Lastly, finding moments of joy in the everyday can significantly enhance our sense of fulfillment. This might mean savoring a cup of coffee in the morning, enjoying nature, or indulging in a creative pursuit. Cultivating an awareness of these simple pleasures and allowing ourselves to be fully present in these moments can provide a steady stream of joy in our lives. Creating joy and fulfillment is not a destination, but a journey marked by continuous exploration, growth, and appreciation. By actively engaging with our passions, cultivating meaningful relationships, and embracing life's ups and downs with a positive outlook, we can build a life rich in joy and satisfaction. As we implement these strategies, we discover that joy and fulfillment are not elusive treasures, but accessible gifts, woven into the fabric of our daily lives. Let us commit to this pursuit with openness, courage, and an enduring sense of wonder, knowing that the capacity for joy and fulfillment lies within us all.